Okay, so let's take a look at how you can remove the Active Directory components like tenancy, members, groups, and also the policies that we have, right? So here, however, I will start from scratch showing you how to create a tenancy, then how to add users and groups, and how to remove them, where to remove them, and also we will take a look at removing entire tenancy as well, right? So first thing, we go to Azure portal, right? Then we can click on create a resource, or we can go to all services. Either the options should work. You can also search from the top search bar, right? So you have like all those options available. Then you go to identity, then you click on Azure Active Directory, right? Now here you can see we have option to manage tenants, right? So I have like these two tenants already that I will come here later and add and remove if required, right? So we'll just go back to our new tenancy here, right? So first thing, we will click on add, right? Here you can see option to add user and groups, right? So this is something you do when you are in existing tenancy, right? Now the next thing would be going back to services, clicking on Azure directory, and here I will again come back to this particular point for a reason, because I can show you the option to check your existing users and groups. So here you can see I'm the owner of this tenancy and I can add new user by clicking on this new user option, clicking on create new user, adding their respective user details, username, name, first name, last name, their groups, their roles, then option to blocking the sign in, location, etc., along with job title, department, company name, and whether they are managing something. You can control that. Once you add the user, it will be visible here. You can also invite external user. So here you choose invite user, you give them initial name, email address, first name, last name, some personal message, assign them to group roles, enable disable their login, right? All the details just like when you're creating a new user, and then click invite. So pretty much same operation. There is also bulk invite option you can use, right? Then apart from that, you can also download user data just in case if you are maintaining them in spreadsheet online or want to upload in another Active Directory tenancy, right? So that is one more option. Now let's come back here. Let's talk about groups as well, where to create them and also where to delete them. So I already have one 365 group and also one security group. So if I want to create a new group, I will click on new group. Here I can type the name, the description, then I can choose between the security and 365 group, add the owners, add the members, click create. So that's one option. Now let's say if I want to delete a particular group, so I will just select the group, click delete, right? 365 is default and we will like to keep that, so we'll just remove the security group, delete the selected group, click OK, right? So we will refresh the groups. Now it will take a bit of time, right? And once the group is deleted, it will show you here. However, often cache take times to refresh, right? Now we deleted one of the groups, we can find it in deleted groups, right? and after 30 days the group will be permanently deleted. Right, so that was one thing. We managed to create user, delete user, we managed to create group, delete group. Right, apart from that we can also remove, add user from their roles. So we go to roles and admins, where we can check their roles here. Right, you can delete their roles as well. Currently I'm global admin, so I get to view all of them. Right, however I have noticed that I don't get the option to create a custom role. Right, I can however download assignments. Right, and I can add filter and check all the available roles there. Right, now coming back to our Azure directory, you can see that we have our group deleted. It takes a bit of time to show up here, but we have now reverted back to one user and one group. Right, now we need to also check other options, right? Like if you have devices or say identities that you need deletion. So whenever you are deleting your tenancy, make sure to delete individual components while you are going through that, because often what happens is that one user is created, shares multiple tenancies, and if that user is not deleted, it will likely to remain as a remnant in another. So this type of things that I have noticed, that one user that I have added within this tenancy is also available in another one with different role. Right, so make sure to individually remove some of these users. Right, so apart from that, let's take a look at tenancy as well. Right, so I shown you how to create a new tenancy by going to manage tenant and then click on create tenant. Right, here you can see the default free option is Azure Active Directory as a tenancy. Then you have B2C option as well. Then you set the configuration, add your organization name, initial domain, then location within the particular area, let's say your country. You can select that and then click review create. Once you do that, you will be getting your organization like this. You can also switch between the tenancy by clicking on switch directory, and you will come to this particular area where you get to switch. Right, now switching will also impact your subscription. Like say one of the current tenancy, I am subscribed to Azure, but in another directory I am not subscribed to Azure services, then that would be impacting. So any user that is available between the two domains would like to shift to one or the other, often we'll come across that problem that subscription doesn't apply in one directory while it applies in another. So that is one issue. Now let's go back to our Azure directory. Now going over there, and next thing is managing tenants. Now we added our tenant here. Now I want to get rid of this. So let's say I want to get rid of this office sheet tenant. As you can see, currently it has only one user, which is the owner. It immediately logged me into that particular instance. So I am moved out of my existing tenancy. Now you can notice that currently we have that subscription issue. So if we go there, click on Microsoft Azure, you will notice that it will ask me for the trial, the subscription, and so on. So it will be visible immediately. So you can just go back, click switch directory, and then switch to the directory where you have your Azure subscription. Now what I will do is I will just remove the tenancy which has no subscription. right? Here you can see I have my trial going on with this default tenancy, right? So let's go there, click home, click Azure Active Directory. If you are seeing this and interface is changed in near future, then just go through every option through either all services or through search bar, these two options that you have. Now let's go to manage tenants, and here I'll be getting rid of this office sheet tenancy. Now I will click on delete, and let's see what happens. Now it will show me the deleted option, checking whether office sheet can be deleted. Status is yes to everything. Currently it doesn't have any subscription, so it will show you that get permission to delete Azure resources. And you can see right, so we have like everything. So we'll just save tenant properties and we will shift. Go back to delete tenant office sheet, and now let's refresh. Click delete as everything is available. Now we will be automatically shifted to another Active Directory, which is allowing us to do the work, right? So we can go there, click switch directory, and we will move to our default one, right? Often what happens is that it fails to delete if we are already using that tenancy, so we will be getting rid of that part soon, right? So let's take a look at whether, here you can see it is going to deletion part. I can avoid going there. So here we go, manage the tenant, click manage tenant, and let's take a look at option that we have. Currently our another tenancy is deleted, so there is nothing to shift to. So I have explained you the flow of deleting variety of cases like deleting user groups, deleting tenants from Azure Active Directory.